Hey Woodturners, I'm Captain Eddie Castellan. It's hard to imagine, but I'm going to walk out here where you can see it. This is what I've been waiting on for a while. As you can see in the background right there is an aluminum, yes I said aluminum, carport cover that we had installed on the front of the shop. Now this takes the place of the canopy we had 15 years ago that we had a canvas on it and all that. Well, they don't hold up very well in the wind and the rain and the storms and in life. So we replaced it. Management was so kind. This is a fairly major expenditure for us right now in the house. And we timed it out to where we can get it done so I can come out and spend a little more time out here with you talking about wood turning. So if you'd like to stick around, I got a couple of things to chat about, and all you got to do is watch. Hey, how you doing again? It's time to get out in the shop and get a few things done. I got my Air Force hat on because I am one of the main reasons they had to close down a whole bunch of Air Force bases in this world. Hey, you know, ammo, we're proud of that. But the other is, Veterans Day is tomorrow, November the 11th. Yes, and I am a veteran. Now, I ordered this the other day from someplace online that said I'm a veteran. I was a staff sergeant when I left them, and it's a nice little flag. The only thing I missed was, this is from Dick Tees, is they didn't say it was made in China and probably never touched by a human hand, or an American hand. It's kind of ratty workmanship. It's just a screen printing. Paid a lot of money for it. But before you get into this, look at where it comes from. Let's buy USA, okay? I gotta throw that out there. And I waited about 2 months for it. But once I had my money, they had my money. We're gonna fly this out front to show that we are true Americans. We are veterans. And if you do nothing else this weekend, nothing else, thank a veteran for his service. Now, a couple of things that came in the last couple of weeks and I want to chat about. We did get the remote put on something where I could find it. Yeah, my stock is filthy. I've been rebuilding a weed eater out there since I put the canopy up. The mission was go out and rebuild the weed eater that got wet in the flood because they didn't turn the pumps on. I'm having a hell of a day. But working on that, got it full of oil and gas, and I like the smell. So smock's got to be real washed out a little bit. Management's keeping an eye on the washing machine. You know, she don't like that gasoline smell, so I hung it out for a couple of days to vent off. Yeah, I get some notes and messages and phone calls from guys, and I had a guy the other day, and I'm sorry if I don't remember names, but I can't remember the names of my grandkids. So you're not an exception to the rule. But a guy called the other day and said, how about glue blocks? He got this bright idea. And it was a good idea. It really was. He got this idea. I want to make glue blocks. And if I get a 4x4, I can just cut chunks off. And then use those 4x4 pieces, the 3.5 by 3.5. Or 3.661 by 3.661. Whatever the standard is now. And I'll just turn it out of that. The only problem with that, and he found out about it, was end grain doesn't hold up as nice as side grain to side grain. And when you're doing a bowl or a plate or a piece, anything that you're putting on a glue block, you need to get great adhesion. So I've done some videos where you've turned the blocks, and this is a project on its own. I'll knock this out of the mat, so I'll stick between points. You can see there's a point, and there's a point. Stick it between points, and then I'll put a slight dovetail in it. Very slight. This matches. See the little dovetail? See how the angle it is? Alright. That matches the angle of my profile jaws on my one-way chuck. So when I go down on here, I'm not waiting on those little barbs to dig in. They don't dig in. Or the little clips and bumps and all that. They don't do that. This is the right size to match my one-way stronghold jaws when they're open, about 1/4 inch off of solidly closed. Did I say that right? If you close it all the way down, then you roll it back about a 1/4 inch, that would fit in there. Why? I want as much contact made with this surface as I can possibly get. That's number one. Number two, I want it with this surface down in here. We own a pencil. We do. I want contact with this surface. This is the flat. See it? I want it here, and I want it on this surface. Do you see what I'm drawing? All right. Those two surfaces. Not here. Don't want it making. I don't want this touching my chuck. No, that's very unproductive. Unproductive. That'll move. You don't want it to move. When you grab it, you want your jaws to come down on it and pull it in and hold it. That's a real critical thing. Pull it in and hold it. If it isn't putting tension on it this way and holding it, it'll go that way. And you know that way, that's where your face, your head, your shield, and all that is. Hopefully you're wearing your shield. But that gives you the best contact. Dry fit these, find out the best way to turn them. And the best way for me to shape that end, I know it's laying right here. That's my somebody walking on the sidewalk alert. Best way to shape mine is right here. That's my skew. My skew is ground to do that cut, right on the money. So every time, I ground the screw to make that match. Every time I face it up, have it in between centers, I put the skew and go down as a scraper type cut and clean it up, just like this. Right in, sound effects and everything, just like that. Then I get a good socket, good connection. You need that connection. That is important as the connection over here. And then let's talk about this side. This is a rough one I put together. And I thought I had a couple up here ready to go. Ready to go would mean I would dish them out a little bit. Why? I want a good square edge on the corner here for about, and I gotta go back and find a pencil again. I'm gonna draw that edge on here so you can understand it. Why? I don't want the movement of the wood and the movement of the wood. The wood I'm holding and the wood I'm turning with, the wood I'm holding and the wood I'm turning with are going to be two different species, grades, topics, general, whatever of wood. I want to stick them together, and I want them to hold. If I have too much surface area, and this one flexes more than that one, or that one flexes more than this one, this surface area is going to be counterproductive. Okay? If I put a small dish in it and see the little ridge I got around the outside? That'll be the high points. And that's smooth, clean, sanded, not rough, not torn, not on an angle of any kind, because you can't match those up. Go ahead, tell me you can if you can. But that's the surface I want to put my glue on when I put them together. Because the middle won't count, the outside will. Stop and think about the physics of it. Yeah, this is the physics lessons. This is moving, this is moving. If this moves at a different rate, it'll blow it apart, no matter which one it is. So use good wood for your glue blocks. Now this is mahogany I got from a cabinet shop. It was 6/4, all right. And they were using blocks for stuff, but they were all irregulars. And I went in and got them all, cleaned them all up, swept the place, paid my dues, and got these blocks. And have been using them. I must have got 1,000 of them. I've been using these blocks for years and years and years. Now here, history lesson. I had a stroke 4 years ago after a brain tumor removal. A lot of things didn't get used. All these blocks sitting on that shelf, sitting on that shelf, on that shelf, in that box. All those, they're as good as new. Why? They were good wood to start with, and I planned it out. I'm telling you this right now not to bore you, but to tell you that if you take a few minutes today, or tomorrow, or next Thursday, never on Friday, get out and shape up some glue blocks out of good wood. Put them off. When you need them, you can pick them up. They're already dished. They're already scored. They're already mortised. They got a reference center on them. And that see that reference center? I'll leave that little reference center on there on both sides because I'll need it again if I need to tour it back up or adjust it. So you have all that going for you in one little block of wood. But why make one, the whole cabinet making trip, why make one when the jig is set up and they're ready to go? This being a jig and this being ready to go, and I can turn 10 of them, put them in a box and leave them off on the side. They will move, they will grade, they will oblong and all that. That's good. When you chuck it up before you get to use it, you chew it up the face of it, and you're there. No fighting, no real quick movement right away on a piece. It's the best thing to do for a glue block. So we got that covered. The next item, had a guy together today. He said, "What can I do for my grandkids for Christmas?" Well, I've been doing a lot of these stick pens. This is a pen that doesn't need a kit. Uses a Bic refill. I know your mom will be kind of tired of hearing about them. They are fun to do and easy to do. And at the price of 12.5 cents a piece, they're a hell of a great little present. And if the refill goes bad, you grab it, pull it out with a pair of pliers, stick a new one back in from a Bic ink pen, and you're back to writing again. Kids will love it, and it'll sit on your desk forever and ever and ever. Because nobody's going to steal your wooden pen. They'll steal your Bic ink pen, but they won't steal your wooden pen. So that's a few little things. Oh, and another one is spinning tops, finger tops. I'm going to do a video on finger tops and Christmas tree ornaments. I'll get that turned out for you. Those are great finial practice pieces. Yeah, finial practice pieces. I got to run over to Hobby Lobby and buy me a stick of dowel. Why? Well, they got that Chinese wood. It's pretty good. But they have a hardwood dowel that's rounded. Good start when you're doing something rounded. Start with rounded. So we're going to work towards that. I'm Captain Eddie Castellan. Happy Veterans Day. If you're a veteran, thank you for your service. And if you know a veteran, thank them for their service. I'm going to get out in the shop and start making shavings. And I know where the remote's at. How about that?